Would be Mrs. for the record.
Please.
Okay, I do have to explain this just a little bit. So, I'm the type of poet, I write poetry because I like playing, and it's my form of entertainment. And the truth is that for me, the most fun way to write poetry is to have a prompt. So when we were told to write about whatever we wanted, I thought, well, that's no fun. So I went to Facebook and I typed in, I need prompts. Whoever gives me the best prompt, I'll write on it and I'll dedicate my poem to you. Well, they were all really good. So I decided, let's take a challenge and write a poem based on all 13 of these prompts. So my poem is written I've incorporated all 13 of the prompts that were on my Facebook. So I dedicate this poem to all of my Facebook friends that replied to that. Also, you have to know, I do have very vivid dreams and nightmares, and I've often been told I should write a book about them. So most of these things sounded like things I dream about. So I tried to take a different approach to dreams, and that's what my poem is about. Most of my dreams are actually nightmares. That stinks. So my poem is called Night's Mirrors. Mirror, mirror in my bathroom, my dreams are just like you, reflecting the best and the worst of me, like funhouse mirrors enlarging every bad thing, distorting or hiding the good. I rarely find a mirror that makes me look like Marilyn Monroe. Mostly, it's just mirrors that stretch me out, thin me away, and wrinkle me into something unrecognizable. Before I forget them, let me tell you, last night's mirrors. Mirror 1 reflects a monster. Yes, I dream about zombies, but they aren't the zombies that plague movie screens. I dream of zombies with just a hint of humanity left, struggling against their zombie nature and wondering why they can't stop, or can they? And those of us left behind, how do you kill a zombie that still desires to be human? You can see it in their eyes. Even as their hands grab at you, their eyes plead, cure me, save me, fix me. And what do you do when it turns into your own brother? Those same arms that hugged you when that loser of a lame excuse walked out of your life, the ears that listened every time after as they paraded in and out, and the mouth that said the happiest words to the smilingest of crowds on the day when one man stayed. It's these moments when the nightmare is most real, when I realize that there's no way I'm choosing to save myself, even though I can't save him either. And my heart and its inability to act are going to be the death of us both, and all I feel is frozen. Mirror 2 reflects a me that barely even exists. I'm in water and the whole world is drowning, and death tastes like sea salty ice cutting through my lungs, and they're all there and I can't save them. Again, I'm helpless, drowning while they slip through my futile fingers like magnificent towers falling. I'll never let you go. But just like Rose, I do, but as they slip, the water slips with them. Mirror 3 reflects me all waved up. I'm dry and being chased by a monster elmo that kind of looks like Fredbird, and there are baseballs flying, and I'm trying to dodge them, but the Cardinals are making a comeback and David is freezing them out. Wait a minute, I hate baseball. How do I even know who David Freeze is? Which makes me think of my husband, and suddenly everything is fluffy kittens and unicorns, and I'm Lizzie, and he's Darcy, and we're dancing in a battle of wits, and everyone else disappears just like in the movie, and we're looking at each other, and I know that this is the moment we're supposed to kiss. But I must be thirsty because suddenly he's a blender, like the kind from Jamba Juice, but I still love him because he tastes like mango strawberries. Mirror 4 reflects someone else whose face is not quite mine. I'm dreaming and I'm flying, and I'm someone I read about once. I'm Katniss from the Hunger Games, and I'm back in that nightmare, and I have to decide, and I'm stuck, again stuck, like a flat soccer ball someone forgot to air up, scuffed and damaged and nowhere near the goal, dying for sunlight in the garage, just dying to move, but stuck there, no decisions, no saving. My only actions are pauses in the stream of time, wasted moments that might have meant something if they hadn't been passed by. But Mirror 5 reflects a me I hardly ever see, childhood Christmas, and for a moment, I have saved them all, even if I didn't do anything to warrant it. Silent night whispers in the background as fumbling fingers find almost all the right notes with their ears. We're playing dress up in the front room, counting down to presents, and doing everything we can to stay out of Mom's way as she frantically turns 8 bags of groceries, a gallon of milk, and 1 large ham into a feast fit to celebrate the birth of a king. The kitchen is alive and breathing bacon grease and sweet yeast rolls. The smells call to us, forcing our fake phones, fake babies, and fake foods onto the floor, pulling our heads into the grown-up room. Grandma's hands fly over potatoes, leaving them sorted into piles of skin and perfect orbs of ready-to-be mashed white. Grandpa chuckles at his own joke, watching Grandma's hands, and glimpsing us, wishes Merry Christmas. And then Dad says we better get out of the kitchen because the pans are hot, and Grandma tells us to stay back from the knife, and Mom is biting her tongue as she measures sugar into a bowl. Hours later, we hit that wall of a sugar crash that only takes you on Christmases and birthdays. Our coats are helped on, our limbs too exhausted to do it ourselves, and we hug Grandma and Grandpa, Merry Christmas, good night, and walk the cold starlit walk from the gingerbread house to the Hot Wheels car. Bundled up with presents, we listen to Barry White. Sleep calls, but I give no heed, and I watch the stationary dipper scoop nothing but sky. Again and again, all the way home. You see, every once in a while I stumble into one of those Marilyn Monroe mirrors where I'm no longer a monster, but a drop-dead gorgeous soul. I guess it's not surprising when I wake up then, that that's the mirror I choose to remember. Sure.
Husband, do you want to come up, please? Give it up for husbands. I have a question for you. How has it been for you seeing your wife in this competition and compete, and how is that? What have you seen? How have you seen her grow as a person because of this competition?
She's able to express her creativeness. I've seen her kind of hash through the ideas and stories that you haven't heard, and how she comes up with these ones that you have heard, and it's really neat to see.
Now, Bobbie, how has your husband grown through this competition?
He's gotten really good at videotaping and uploading to YouTube and sharing with friends and family. I think we just got married in December, so I think this has actually been a really good opportunity for both of us, because he's been really supportive, and so I think he's grown in his ability to support me, and I've grown in my ability to support him too, because we just got married, so we better be doing that.
And Bobbie, a last question for you. How was your day today?
Well, I started out my acting class, which was fabulous because we got to perform our scene from Pride and Prejudice. But we didn't have costumes, so we were wearing jeans and cardigans. So whatever. But then I walked through the blizzard up to the tailor, so that was miserable, and then I was soaked, and then I had to walk home afterwards. So I was pretty miserable by the time I got home, and I smelled like a wet dog.
So it was like a 6.5.
I'd say a 5.
A solid 5.
If I was somewhere other than Idaho, maybe a 6.5.
Okay.
Sorry, please don't hate me.
All right, give it up for Bobbie one more time. Give it up for her husband as well. Annan is his name, not husband, turns out. Let's get all our poets up here. All 6 of them. Okay, we're not gonna have you guys announce your poem and stuff like you do most weeks because there's 6 of you and you guys are paying attention. You should know them. I'm gonna go down here because it's nicer. So these are our 6 clubs. Damn, these are our 6 clubs for the evening. We have our phone numbers up here. We're working on something real quick. Gage is going to be number 2. Gage is number 2. And who else is number? Bobbie is going to be number 6. Oh, she's immune, so she doesn't count. So Gage is number 2. Remember that. If you want to vote for Gage, he's number 2. Okay, you guys can go sit down now. Okay. It's going to come up in a moment, I promise. We're just putting Gage up there. So while you guys are waiting, we're going to have a